Okay, today we're going to talk about the area of triangles. But before we get to that, we need to go back and talk about the area of rectangles. The area of rectangles is, I don't remember which formula your book uses. Is it length times width or base times height? I don't remember. But either way, they can be used interchangeably. So we're going to say base times height for this rectangle. So we have your base times your height would give you the area of this rectangle. So let's say that your base is 7 and your height is 6. What would the area of the rectangle be? 6 times 7, which is 42. That would be the area of the whole thing. Okay, I know what you're thinking, Miss Langford, what does this have to do with triangles? But we're getting there. Ready? Let's take the diagonals and draw a line from this diagonal to this diagonal. And what I've made is 2 equal triangles. So let's think for a second. If the area of the big rectangle is 42, what is the area of one of these triangles? Think about it. It's 21. It's half of what the rectangle would be. And that is how we get the formula for, I should have had an eraser. Anyway, that's how we get a formula for the area of a triangle. Area equals 1/2 base times height. Area equals 1/2 your base times your height. Now, sometimes people get confused about this multiply by 1/2. Multiplying by 1/2 is the exact same thing as dividing by 2. Multiply by 1/2, divide by 2, same thing. 4 divided by 2, 2. That's a confusing one. Let's do 10 divided by 2 is 5. 10 times 1/2 is 5. Same thing. Okay, so let's look at, let's look at a couple triangles. Sorry, I had to think about where I was headed to next. So let's take this triangle where you got sides of 3, 4, and 5. So the formula is 1/2 your base times your height. How many numbers do we have? We have 3 numbers. It's hard to know who's the base, who's the height, and who's the doesn't matter. So let's look. Find the right angle. It's right there. So when you find that right angle, it's the 2 sides that are connected to the right angle that matter. That's who the base and height are. So the 2 sides connected are 4 and 3. So our formula is area is equal to 1/2 4 times 3. 1/2 times 4 is the same thing as 4 divided by 2, which is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. There's your work all worked out. Now, does the 5 matter to find the area? No, it doesn't matter for area. Does it matter for perimeter? It sure does, but not for area. So this is a triangle where one of the angles is a right angle. But not every triangle, one of the angles is a right angle. So let's look at a triangle where we have all the angles are not right angles. So let's say this is 10, 6, 5. Let's look at that. So I have this triangle right here. 10, 6, and 5 are the 3 numbers. So who's base and height? Pause. There's one number I haven't shown you. And it is the number that's from the top to the bottom. So I'm going to draw a little dashed line. And that number is 3. The number from the top to the bottom is 3. So how do I know who the base and height are? This, the number from the top to the bottom, is the height. But the quick way to find it is find that right angle, and the ones that are connected to the right angle are the base and the height. So 3 and 10 are important here. So area is equal to 1/2 3 times 10. Let's do 1/2 times, let's do 3 times 10, that's 30. 1/2 times 30 is the same thing as 30 divided by 2, which is 15. There's all my work worked out. Now again, the 6 and the 5 don't matter in this problem for area. They matter for perimeter, but not for this. Now, you may be thinking, hey, if I use 6 and 5, I would have gotten the same answer. It's just because I pick random numbers. It's not because it really is. So find the right angle. The 2 sides that are connected to it are what's important. Okay, let's do 2 more problems with this and then we can be done with this skill. Let's see. I'm going to have a right triangle. That means it has 1 right angle in it. sides of, this isn't mathematically correct, but I'm just going to pull it out of my noggin. 8, 4, and 12. So look at this and say, okay, who's your base, who's your height? Pause the video, see if you can figure that out. So there's that right triangle. This is connected to it, and this is connected to it. So 8 and 4 are my base and height. So area is equal to 1/2 8 times 4. So 1/2 times 8 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay? That's the area for that one. Okay, let's look at one more. Last one for the day. I've got, let's do an equilateral triangle. That means all sides are equal. So let's do 7, 7, and 7. Okay, 7, 7, and 7. And I don't have a right angle there, so let me draw that in. Now, there is a mathematical process that I can go through using the Pythagorean theorem to find out this exact amount, but I'm not going to go through it right now because I don't have time. So I'm just going to pick one out, but just know it's not mathematically perfect. Okay, now, this I'm going to call 6. This is your height, because look, there's my right angle, boop, 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 boop. So we say 1/2 6 times 7. Area is equal to 1/2 times 42. So area is equal to 42 divided by 2, which is 21. Hope you do great today. Happy solving. Have a great day.